Hi, folks. This is Peter Lemieux with the Insurance Exam Queen, Melissa Dillon. And I wanted to spend a few minutes with you talking about a portion that's on your test called policy content. What we're talking about here is you're going to be asked questions like, where do we find this in the policy? So I have to learn what are the content of the policy and what belongs in each of it. So I developed a little game I think might help you straighten that out, because pretty much can guarantee you're going to get one or two questions on that area. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a few slides I made that will help us do that. Okay, so what I have here is a slide that says play my game. Match the right answer. It's about policy content. So we start off with something really simple. On the left side of the slide, I have 7 words: animal, furniture, vehicle, flowers, city, country, and ocean. And on the right, not in the same order, I have Pacific, Chicago, France, lion, couch, truck, and rose. So what we have to do is match what goes with what. So I would take animal and I'd match it to lion. I'd take furniture and match it to couch. Vehicle and match it to truck. Flower, match it to rose. City, Chicago. Country, France. Ocean, Pacific. Pretty basic. You could do that with your second grader and they'll all get that right. So what we're going to do with policy content, we're going to make a similar list and try to figure out if we can match them. But imagine this, after having done this, what if you were asked, what classification are these words in? In other words, what were the words on the left-hand side that have now disappeared? What was the word for Pacific? Do you remember ocean? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And that's one of the challenges in getting policy content correct, is we have to have a certain degree of memory going. So here's what we're going to learn. When you get the question on the test, let me go back a slide. It won't matter if I knew what the word was for Pacific, because on your test, you get a question that tells you the answers. What's the classification of a lion? And you have 4 choices. So I really don't need to remember all the classifications. I just look at this list and say, which of those is the lion? That's the same way you're going to be tested on policy content. Now, if I haven't made any sense yet, give me 2 minutes and I think I'll put it together. Right here, we have 7 parts of a policy on the left. You got declarations, definitions, insuring agreement, additional supplement coverage, conditions, exclusions, and endorsements. That's what you're going to need to know. More importantly, you want to know, if those were empty drawers, what goes in those drawers? In declarations, you have name, coverage, premium. In definitions, clarifies terms. Insuring agreement is the promise to pay. An additional supplementary coverage is additional coverage that doesn't cost anything. Conditions explains the rules and procedures both the insured and the insurance company have to follow. Exclusions, what's not covered, what perils are not covered. And finally, endorsements, if the policy is going to change, it will be in the form of endorsement, which usually costs extra money. So this slide right here is what you need to make for yourself. You need to put on the left-hand side the 7 parts of the policy and which is in which part. Because when you get to the test, what's going to happen is you're not going to know. You're going to get a question that says, which clarifies terms? But I don't have the answers there, Peter. What am I going to do? Just like my first example, your question will look like this. Where in the policy can we find the rules and procedures for both the insured and the insurer. So if I haven't memorized those 7 parts of the policy, they will actually give me 4 of them to decide where this belongs. And we know that that's conditions. How do we know? Well, we've been looking at the list, and somehow I remember conditions explains that. So the first step you're going to do, let me go back a couple of slides, is I am going to encourage you to make this list up for yourself. If you don't want to make it up, screenshot this, take a photo of it, and have that there so you can see there's 7 parts of the policy that make up the content. And each of them is like a drawer. What goes in the drawer? That's answered on the right-hand side of the slide. So if you do that and you continue to look at this a couple times a day before your test, when you actually get to the test and you get this question, which could be anything, what part of the policy tells you what's not covered? Well, that would be exclusions. They will actually give you 4 choices, so you don't have to have it memorized. All you got to do is say, oh yeah, that belongs here. Now, if you can do this, you're going to get all the policy content questions correct. Maybe it'll just be 1 question. Maybe it'll be 2 or 3. But these are all points you should have in your basket trying to get to 70%. Okay? Hopefully that was helpful, and I appreciate your being with us. Never forget to like and subscribe, and good luck on your test.